Again, this is not me saying we should trade him. Ambry Thomas, league needs corners. This dude he started in the NFC Championship game. He did the whole playoff run. You benched him. You didn't give him any looks. So we could use him. What if I sent you a 7th round pick for Ambry Thomas? He's on the back end of your roster anyway.
Well, here's the deal. As we've seen, the reason why Ambry Thomas was starting in that NFC Championship game is that we have needed a depth of corners. And look, Ambry is a kid that we believe a lot in. We think a lot of, and he's been working his tail off. He's we don't think that he declined at all. We just we think that Diamador Lenore Demo really shot up there on the depth chart and just overtook him. That doesn't mean we believe any less in Ambry Thomas. So, we're not going to be giving him away for anything less than we got him for. Ooh. So, that's
you got him in the 5th. Is that correct? Or no, you got him with your comp pick. That was a 3rd round comp pick.
Right.
Let's meet in the middle. Okay. And I want everybody to answer this. You're going to write one of two things: Ambry or a 6th round pick. We'll do middle of the 6th round. That's the best I got for you. Ambry or a 6th. Final offer. Talk to me, Johnny. Let's make this deal, baby.
If you're picking above us in the 3rd, I might do it with Ambry, 6th, and swapping 3rds.
Ooh, that's sexy. Look at you. Look at you.
I might do that.
No on the 6th.
And here's the reason why. Just pulling back from being John Lynch, from Johnny Dell. There's a kid. I think he's going to be there at the early 3rd, safety, Sidney Brown. If that was the pick that got you Sidney Brown, I'd take it in a heartbeat.
I'm a pretty big Sidney Brown fan myself. I just channeled my William Dafoe American Psycho. I'm a little bit of a scientist myself. I really like Sidney Brown. I didn't like his measurables near as much as I thought, but my athletic comp for him was Dante Whitner. That was before the combine. The testing seemed to prove that 4.47 speed. He's that 5'10", 211. He's thicker, dude. I like him a lot. I think he's going in the 2nd round. You think that he could possibly fall to the third round?
I think, up until he ran sub 4.5, I did. At 4.47, I think it will be hard to get him. And here's another reason I swapped that pick, because we have so many 3rd round picks that now gives you enough ammo to maybe move up into the 2nd to get Sidney Brown. That's what I'm looking at. Do you get more draft capital for a guy that, like you say, is on the back end of the roster, but now allows you to move up and pick a Sidney Brown? The comp I had for Sidney Brown was Talanoa Hufanga. Just the way who he reminds me of when he moves. I saw him in person at the Senior Bowl, and he was, as far as defensive backs for the national team, impressed me more than anybody else. And when you see him on the back end, you don't notice him because he was always in the right spot, and that's a big deal. And so, yeah, that is the only reason I might move on from Ambry Thomas. Other than that, I really actually do like Ambry Thomas, and I think the team would be more than happy to keep him on the roster and would feel okay with him starting. Now, there are questions of, when we had guys go down, Samuel Womack was going in outside over Thomas. I think there may be a little bit more going on there than what they're admitting. But I'd move Thomas if I had a chance to get Sidney Brown in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's easy to have these conversations and talk like 5th, 6th, whatever. But whenever you put a tangible player at that value, it totally just brings more color to the discussion to help you understand, like, this is what the difference is. And I think that's a big one. And so I don't know what's going to happen with Ambry this year. I really, really don't. But I can remember when the 49ers had 0 corner depth and how that just destroyed games. Just destroyed games. So I'm totally with that.
The 49ers Rush Podcast.